we got another tutorial boss hunt video. So we currently have the spooky squash boss hunt available, I believe until maybe like Sunday night. So this is my tutorial on how to defeat the spooky squash. So hopefully we're having a good day. Let's go ahead and get started with our video. So the first thing we'd have to double check is your character. I would recommend you play as a scientist, or at least have 2 scientists within your team, and then the other 2 characters maybe be like an all-star or maybe a super brains is what I recommend in order to defeat this. So if you're doing this based on the boss, is it called the boss battle trophies? So you have to start off on, I believe it's on normal, and then it goes hard, and then it goes crazy. And how you change those difficulties will be based on the candy that you go ahead and place down. So if you notice in the very beginning, I placed down a normal because I haven't done this before. So you have to do this, and then you'll go to hard, and then once you do that, you got to go to crazy difficulty in order to get those trophies there. So this one, in terms of difficulty, I believe it is a little bit harder than the others because it requires a lot of teamwork. So like I said, you do have to have people that do understand and know what to do, because it does get a little confusing at first, especially if not knowing. So once you go based on your characters and you do have someone or a team that does know what they're doing, you want to make sure you have your minions available, because they're very handy in form of being a distraction as well. I like to just put them down so that way the enemies go to them instead of going to me as well. So with my scientists, you want to make sure you also have the heal bomb. I think it's very I don't like the healing stations, and I don't like the healing stations because I can't, once I use it, I gotta wait for it to recharge. I prefer the line, so that way that's available to me all the time. I could just go up to my teammate and just heal them whenever I need to. So I think that comes in handy. So I'd recommend the I don't know necessarily what they call it, the heal line, the string, is what I recommend. Instead of the healing station. The other guy, I'm playing with a random, and he actually has the healing station, which is awesome because he heals me. But I like the healing bomb. Notice that little bomb. If you go towards the middle, you'll heal everybody within that group once the bomb explodes. I don't know if any of y'all thought that was like a damage bomb. I thought in the very beginning it was a damage bomb, but it's not. It's a healing bomb. So that does come in handy because you get to heal yourself. Notice with the string you don't heal yourself. But with the bomb, you could just place it towards the wall and then just stick by it, and you'll be able to heal yourself. So in the very beginning, you want to put your candy down, and you're basically protecting it so that the squash appears. If you notice the health of the candy at the very top, if that goes down to pretty much 0, then you pretty much the bass bottle is over there at that point. You didn't even reach the part of the squash, so be wary of that. Make sure you have a pretty good team that's protecting the candy, not necessarily just going randomly to different places. So the boss battle could be a little confusing, especially if you're not familiar with what you need to do. So if you notice there's another building on the opposite side. On that building, there'll be 2 circles. It's kind of like a headquarters that you will need to have 2 people, one on each section. Oh, here comes the squash. You will need them to capture them, and then the other 2 would have to go defeat the guardian. Okay, so we got the spooky squash. Okay, so you want to get away from him. Don't even bother trying to kill him at this point, because you can't deal enough damage in order to defeat him. So it's just kind of a waste. So here, notice that I have the other scientist at the other side. He doesn't understand what he's doing, which is great since I'm playing with a random. I like to put a heal station there, but I don't have any, so I'll just stick with something that I put down. Okay, notice that it's in purple. Due to the fact that it's in purple, notice that the guardian appears now. So the objective is to stay within the circles here. You need 1 on each side. If the other player dies on the other side, then pretty much it's an incomplete, and we'd have to kind of start all over. So don't bother with the squash. What you need to do is go to the guardian, and the guardian is the torchwood. So you'd have to defeat him So the other two players would have to go defeat the torchwood. You know, we pretty much just have to protect ourselves, make sure that we don't get to 0, because once we get to 0, then we pretty much have to do everything all over. So let's see here. You know, and that's why it's always good to have a mic, because you get to explain that to the other person, especially if you're not playing, you know, like I said, if you're playing with random people, they might not know what to do yet, which is understandable. But, you know, you pretty much want to notice that my health is running out, so I'm kind of just ducking cover, waiting for my heal bomb to reload there. Notice I throw a heal bomb, just kind of stick by it, and then I heal myself. It heals me 50 health, so which is great. So I'm just kind of just staying away from the squash. Okay, notice that I died. Since due to the fact that I died, we have to redo everything again. So you always want to have you know, self-revive, or you know, if you have a mic, you could let your partners know that you're dying, so that way they figure out a way to heal you. Put a heal station there for you if they have one available, which is always great. So notice that the guardian approaches again. So see, like I said, once you know, even though you're killing the guardian, you could be at the very last, you know, delta of healing. You know, you'd have to redo the process again. Notice that I throw a heal bomb across, so that way, you know, but if the other player doesn't know what you're doing, you know, they might not go towards it, so just let them know. There we go, there's the guardian right there. That's the torchwood. They have to go over and they got to kill the torchwood. Remember, you have to stay within the circle, because you go out of the circle, you have to redo the process. My team kind of doesn't know what they're doing. I kind of have to let them know, hey, you gotta go kill the torchwood. And so I'm kind of monitoring the health of the other person on the other side and trying to help them out. You know, I throw the heal bomb across, and I think he realizes that, so he goes to it, which is great. So you know, I'm kind of just, you know, just trying to protect myself at this point. Just try not to die, because like I said, once you die in the circle, then you have to repeat the process, which is something we don't want to do. And I'm just trying to, you know, protect the other person too, healing my minion, because my minion is a distraction. He does help me out a little bit. Notice that Cheese Pixel 411 is about to die. So if they die, it's not a big deal. You know, they'll just wait for them to be revived. You know, obviously you want them to help me and stuff, but it's okay if they don't. Okay, notice how I healed my partner there by just throwing the bomb. So, you know, the torchwood is nearby. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to shoot it myself at this point. We're kind of just waiting. Okay, so once we kill the guardian, okay, see, defeat the guardian, that's been complete as well. If you defeat him and you're not in the circles, and you pretty much, he just respawns, so it's just a waste of time. Okay, so the hungry bucket. Okay, the hungry buckets are very important. So I noticed the hungry bucket spawns, and you kind of have to looking around. You're looking for a triangle. Notice the triangle. You'd have to look for that, because it doesn't necessarily have like a symbol to tell you. So that the triangle is where the bucket is located at. So I put a minion just for a distraction. Okay, so this is the part that's very important. The person that picks up the bucket is the one that has to pick up all the candies. So notice that I don't have a little circle. Notice that he has like a pumpkin on top of his head. He cannot pick up any of the candy. So the way to get the candy is, you see the you know, that character right there with that symbol. It's like a cross. You'd have to destroy him within the time, the trick or treat, and then he'll drop a candy. You're the one that has to pick up your candy. See, notice that my partner didn't know what he was doing. Since due to the fact that my partner didn't know what he was doing, he picked up the candy, he didn't pick up the bucket. He's gonna die. And that's kind of what keeps happening, especially if you're playing with random people that don't know. Notice I put a minion down for a distraction. I just put them down so that way if they're near them, you know, they could destroy them. So we're looking for the cross. Look for the cross. He has the candy, and what you have to do is you have to kill him, and then you have to pick up the candy. Okay, remember, I'm the one with the bucket, so due to the fact that I'm with the bucket, I am allowed to pick up the candy. All your other teammates, they might think that they're allowed to pick up the candy, but they're not. Looking for the cross again. Look at the time as well, because if you run out of time, then your whole team gets eliminated if you run out of time. So you got to go through this quickly. And the person that picks up the bucket, unfortunately, he can't use any of his powers. So, you know, maybe not a good idea for me to pick up the bucket. Okay, I gotta pick it up. Oh, someone else, my teammate picked up the bucket. It wasn't following directions. Okay, we gotta revive him. Now we gotta do it all over again. So, you know, if this time if my team would have followed directions, we would have been in good process right now. All right, we gotta destroy the rows there. You know, I like that the other scientist knows what he's doing too, because he comes over and heals me. You want to make sure that I don't die, because if I die, then you gotta have to redo the process again too. Luckily, you don't have to defeat the guardian; you just have to get the bucket again. Notice that I'm dying already, and I'm going over. I'm trying to revive my teammate. Ooh, okay. So notice that I died. Due to the fact that I died, we're gonna have to repeat the process of getting the candy. Okay, like I said, if I die, then your team gets knocked down, you gotta do a retry. Okay, so now we gotta go through the process of the bucket once again. I'll put a timestamp for you, so that way you see. If you understand what we're doing already, I'll put a timestamp, so that way we know. Okay, I'm not gonna pick up the bucket this time. I'm gonna let someone else pick it up. Okay, no, never mind. I picked it up. I forgot. Okay. Okay, now we're looking for the person with the cross. Okay, reviving my teammate while I'm doing that. It's the corn. Alright, almost dead. I'm almost dying too though, so we have a little bit of a problem. Okay. I like to play as the astronaut due to the fact that he shoots really fast. That guy put a healing station down, very smart of him. Okay, and I love the fact that the guy that has the candy is coming towards us. Big in trouble, okay. Okay, you gotta pick up 3 candies in total. Once you pick up 3 candies in total, you'll hit a sugar rush, and the sugar rush allows you to destroy the squash. So typically you have to do this, if you time this good enough, you have to do this twice. Twice will get you enough in order to kill the squash. So you'll go about halfway, and then hopefully you'll be able to finish them off after that. Okay, we got 16 seconds, so we gotta basically go through this. If not, our team's gonna get knocked out. Okay, candy's too sour. Someone else ate the candy, not following directions. Okay, remember, the only one that can pick up the candy is the one that pick up the bucket. It's very important. Okay, put a minion down, so that way it's just a distraction. Okay. Someone else picked up the candy. You know, the fact is, I'm playing with people that I keep telling what they need to do. They just keep not listening to me. It's just very, very funny. You know, sometimes all you could do is just laugh, like, oh my goodness. You know, not take it too personal there. Okay, I think this one for sure I'm going to pick up since I'm right by it. Alright, there we go. Okay, picked up 3 candies. Now trick or treat complete. You see the arrows, that basically indicates that I do have enough strength within my shot to kill the squash there. Alright, just make sure you heal yourself. You don't want to die at a particular time around right now. You're just shooting at the squash. Make sure you look at the timer. The timer tells you how long you have available to do this. So like I said, if you time this perfectly, you'd have to do this twice. You know, we had to do it 3 times in order to do it, but once we got it the first time, then the other time seemed a lot quicker to do it, so which is okay. You want to make sure you don't die. Even though you die, you could just kind of just respawn. Notice that my partner died. If he wouldn't have died, we'd probably be able to do this a lot faster. Okay, so sugar rush complete. Okay. Okay, notice about my squash is about halfway right now, so that kind of just threw us off a little bit. Oh, at least we understand what we need to do. Okay, and then right now it's just gonna go back to the process of the guardian once again. You have to go back to the circles, and then you're gonna have to repeat the process, and then there we go. Hopefully, hopefully I helped you out with my little tutorial that I made for y'all. If you have any questions or comments, you know, leave it in the comments below. Like always, check out my other videos. Okay, and God bless. Thank you.
Vanquish! Nuts and bolts! Fort complete! Level up! Multi-vanquish! potato salad! Riveting! That boss is done! Multi-vanquish! Transport complete!